Welcome, folks, to another Tuesday night live stream with SOPN guests. Let's see who we got hiding over in the chat. Here's as my mouse finds me. There it is. We got Gardner Josh. We got Fishes. CB. Shut up, phone. There's Miss Mouse. There's Courtney's husband, Dustin. And that's it at the moment. Oh, that was short and sweet. All right, y'all have a good night. See you later.
Too funny.
I was trying to set a record for the world's shortest live stream. I failed.
That's all right. Still having a little problem.
There's Backwoods.
Okay, now I got everybody. I hate YouTube.
Cool. Don't
I
mind
hate
Gil.
the
He's
cat
playing with
outside.
this setup over there.
No. Just getting that squared away.
I swear the cat hates me. Wants to call the cops on me, so he sits on the damn alarm system.
Well, you ain't giving that poor cat any mice, so I mean, you don't feed the cat. The cat's gonna, create havoc.
No kidding. It just looks at me and goes, meow. It's not even my cat. It belongs to my kid's neighbors. Big orange cat. It looks evil. Like Garfield.
How is everybody out inside chat? He's probably going to need the bionic knee braces before the end of the week. Oh, Gil didn't read it yet. You have a question, Gil?
Hang on, I'm just playing up here. And Courtney's husband backed out again, or the YouTube's not going to let me not acknowledge him. Okay, you had a little walk still, or you getting? No, I'm walking. It's just getting up and down that I'm really slow at. I mean, getting up's the worst part.
Getting down's easy. Just trying to crawl your way back up. Sometimes it's a real pain in the rear end.
Well, sometimes getting down is too easy, and then you stop when you hit the floor. It's like, ow.
Hey, it's not the fall that hurts. It's that sudden stop at the bottom.
Yeah, especially cement.
Hey, Texas Rob.
Hi, Texas Rob.
Hey, Rob.
I think I got everybody.
Carol, you're not supposed to drink the entire bottle in one shot. You're supposed to taper yourself over the time, just a little bit now and then. That's it.
Yeah, Courtney's husband's backed out. I guess he's still at work, and he got dinged.
That happens. Hey, Miss Ninja.
Hey, North Star Prepstetter.
Yep, there's Miss Kathy.
Yep, the one and only Supermod.
Fastest mod on the east side of the county. So I'm going to touch on a few things here. Then I'll get to the reason why it's what it is this evening. First off, most of you guys probably are not paying attention to what's happening over in Middle East, as in over by Israel and Iran and all that stuff, other than what the lamestream media is telling you guys. Now, I follow a Israeli gentleman. His name is Amir. And it's on the Behold Israel heading under the Telegram app. It's kind of like Messenger, but it's basically from Israel. And I get lots and lots and lots of notifications all day long on what's going on over the Middle East. Now, over here, what was it? Right here. 3 hours ago, powerful explosion and a gunfire hit Kabul. I found out 5.5 hours ago. So if you want to, and I'm going to tell you, if you want to stay up to date on the events that actually matter to us, especially as Bible-believing Christians, considering the end times events come from this area. It doesn't come from America. It ain't got nothing to do with us or, Britain or Australia. Key events come from the Middle East. You may want to pick up the app Telegram, follow Behold Israel, so you can get up-to-date knowledge of what's going on over there, because some of it's pretty important. Right now, there's 4. Excuse me, 6. Just another occasion in the Persian Sea or Gulf that communication has been lost. The ships can't turn on their own. They can't communicate. They're dead in the water. No, it's not the Behold Israel app. No, maybe. I don't know. I think that links you to Telegram and go from there. But that's what you want to follow. There's 6 ships over there. One of them is the Asphalt Princess. It has been hijacked and is heading to a port in the southeast of Iran. It's an oil ship. They're probably going to hold it hostage and who knows what. But I would dare say that it's high time, and if I haven't made it clear in the past several months and what I've done and various other videos in the past, it's high time we start paying attention. Thank you, Kathy. That is it. It's high time you start paying attention to what's going on over there, because the end times aren't going to hit the U.S. We're going to suffer. I'll tell you that right now, right up, straight up. The U.S. is not immune from the punishment that's coming. We see the birth pangs right now in this country. And that's not going to be a very popular opinion with 90% of the people out there. And at this point in time, I don't care what they think. The truth is, you need to pay attention. And make sure you got yourself set right with the one that's important. I think we all know who that is.
It's not Dave. I'm pointing up toward the sky.
Yeah, don't point at me. I ain't nobody.
No,
it's just a messenger.
Yeah, he's
Please
just
don't
a
shoot the
messenger.
messenger,
I'm pointing
please.
away from Dave up to the sky. It's not a satellite.
Okay. Fear porn.
Oh,
I have no idea. I haven't watched these guys in a minute because I've been too busy trying to do other things. Go check about Maccabee Speed if you want to learn about air guns and stuff. I would recommend you try and get one as quickly as possible if you're going to get one. Stick with the sub $300-$400 ones. Get a hand pump. That way you ain't got to worry about power.
Hey, Dave.
Yeah, what?
That Asphalt Princess ship is a Panama flagged ship.
Right.
But I haven't found yet who it's supposed to be owned by.
Okay.
Have fun with that.
6 of
Trust
the
me.
12
When it comes to maritime shipping, there's a guy that's running it. Or let me start. There's a guy that's the captain. Then there's a guy that runs it. Then there's a guy that manages it. Then there's a company that owns it that's run by a guy who owns it all.
Right.
And in between each one of those other 5, there's 4 other spots here. There's several small shell companies in the middle. So if you want to figure it out, you're going to need some pretty powerful paperwork and typing skills and computer programs to start reading through all the red tape paperwork and start going back through back channels.
Now I was hoping that because I have found out that Lloyd's of London is the insurer on it.
Yeah. Well, they
know who they run down all that crap before they insure a ship.
Right, but unfortunately, that's 90% not public information.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
Hey, Courtney.
secure client privilege. I think 6 of the ships are run by the Israeli billionaire. The other, it's 12, right? Or 12
No,
or
there's just
11?
6 ships right now, and the one ship that was hit last week that was hit with 2 Iranian suicide drones was Israeli
Billionaire.
owned, but managed and ran by another country. So, I mean, just
It's a shell game.
if you want to know what's going on, when things are going to pop off, you look over there. If you want to live in a hole and deal with what we got here, no problem. That's on you. It ain't got nothing to do with that.
Right.
And if you haven't watched Broussard's video, where'd it go?
The one today?
Yeah.
The one today on Walmart. The thing is, what's interesting on that It seems to be regional from where I'm hearing about the ones that saying they are short, and other ones that saying, "Oh, well, our store is fully stocked." I know the one here in Idaho Falls. Not only are they is it fully stocked, it's overstocked.
And mine's here about 50%.
Yeah, and so I think it's regional as far as where the truck drivers are actually still working.
Okay, let's go back to where you and I were talking early part of last year.
Yeah,
it started off regional. What happened? It went to the pooper.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the way it goes every single time. There is a shortage of one thing. It starts off regionally, so other areas try to send extra in to help recuperate, and all of a sudden now everybody's short.
Yeah.
Yep.
Think of TP.
Yeah.
That's a good
No,
one.
I'm not telling you to run out by TP.
Yeah.
And if everybody forgotten 73 TP and meat, because everybody was all of a sudden there's no beef. So what cheaper
my
cuts?
Walmart here was almost completely out of pork chops. The package that I bought, which was probably $3 overpriced, was slimy because it was the bottom of the box, and I had to get the bottom of the box because I wanted some pork chops.
Yeah.
The hamburger used to be $3.48 a pound for the cheap, nastiest hamburger you can buy. Well, it's not nasty, but it's the fattest.
Mm-hmm.
Was $5.99 a pound. So it went from $3.49 to $5.99 for the cheap stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised. Here's a tidbit for those who don't pay attention. And if Kaylin Strain was in here, she could verify this. Muslims aren't supposed to eat pork.
Mm-hmm.
It's a no-no. Big no-no.
Yeah,
and
right.
Guess what's trying to take over in California? Sharia law. There are people out there that are trying to push gently, just like they have in some counties in Texas that have Sharia law in place in Texas. They don't have.
Uh-oh. Dave froze. Uh-oh, frozen.
Force a lot of the rules for it.
Dave, you froze for a minute there. You're back now.
Yeah.
You started mentioning about Texas.
Yeah. Texas has several counties that are under Sharia law. They don't talk about it much, and they're not pushing all the Sharia law on it. Because under Sharia law, if you come out and say you're gay, you're stoned. And I don't mean
they use rocks.
And beat to death with rocks, as in biblical.
Got froze again on biblical. They don't want him talking. He's putting out too much truth.
Biblical style.
No.
Okay, that is Sharia. Back again.
You when you said they said biblical on the stoning is when you froze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't want you. They don't want you talking about the truth.
Yeah, it's the evil. Who AI.
Yeah. Well, there's certain keywords that you're not supposed to say, and I've never been afraid to say them in the first place. So.
Yeah, we had something that came up here in my local county seat, and half the crowd told that religious group, "We eat pork," and they were not white. These were other Asiatic kind of people that kind of looked like me, darker skin. Some were Arabic, weren't following the faith, and you should have heard that city county council seat. They were screaming at the other side in 5 different languages. And then I have some idiot, a Chad, says, "But we supposed to love and get everybody together. What's bad not eating?" I swear to God, if I wasn't there as a cleric, he'd have been killed by both sides.
I love Mousetoe's comment.
Bacon is life.
Bacon is life.
Well, you know what?
The circle
for
of
those
bacon.
who haven't ever studied the Torah or the Tanakh, which for those who don't know, that's the entire Old Testament. Jews don't eat pork either.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what Christians are? They're grafted into the house of Israel. Therefore, you are considered Jewish.
Well, not Jewish. Okay. Correction on it, Dave.
No, there's no
Um,
correction on that. What I just spoke
yeah.
was actually biblically stated.
Okay, no, it's they are grafted into the house of Israel. The house of Israel
are
is not
part-
all Jewish.
But no, it's not. It's made up of Jews and Gentiles
No, the house of Israel is made up of 12 tribes.
of Israel.
12 tribes. Judah, or the Jews, are just one tribe of this. Actually, 1.5 tribes because they got mixed up there. But yeah,
It's all under the house of Israel.
yeah.
And remember, who fought the Lord and the Lord called him Israel? Who was
Hey,
it?
Courtney.
Anybody in the side chat want to say? I'll give you a few minutes because I've done enough
It's on the
searching
tip of my
lately.
tongue. It wasn't Abraham. Isaac?
Jacob?
Isaac.
Isaac?
Or was it Jacob? Whoever
It has
Joseph's
something- it has
father
something
was.
to do with two brothers.
Are you talking Cain and Abel?
No. He's talking
Way
about the
after
two
that.
brothers. One became the house. One became Israel. The other one was the sons of Noah. No, of Abraham, because the one was born of the handmaiden,
Right. The
and
dark skin.
that became all the
You're thinking Isaac and Ishmael.
yeah,
which
Ishmael.
Ishmael is where Islam comes from.
Yes,
Okay.
Thank
This two
God I'm
brothers.
Japanese.
All right.
I'm getting a little
think
mixed up
back to
here.
your biblical story of the brother who went to his father who was of light sight. In other words, he had very little sight.
And put
Kathy is
the
correct.
yeah, Esau and Jacob.
Yes. Jacob is the one that was called Israel.
Okay,
And anybody from that descent, anybody descending from there is Israel,
hmm
as is those from Esau. But they're a different set of tribes. Okay. But anyway, I'm way off track here.
Yep.
The point being is there's a lot of things that obviously I can't say tonight because every time I mention those words, I get the spinning circle of doo-doo.
Or Frozen.
that's
But
what
it's not going to
about.
stop me from putting the point across.
Yeah.
So YouTube, you and your sensors can go fly a kite right off the tip of a volcano. Bye-bye. I don't wish no evil on nobody. They can just go fly a kite off the edge. What happens is on them.
All right, Hedgehog. Enjoy dinner.
Yep.
Go eat. Your belly's saying it's hungry. That was not a very delicious sounding statement there, Gardner. Bacon sandwiches, poop. That doesn't flow very well. I don't know. I'm not good with sign language. Backwards. The only sign language I remember is when I drove truck, and that's not appropriate. Not appropriate at all. Yeah, because if Kaylin was in the side chat, then they wouldn't be able to do it because she could raise a stink about it and they'd stop.
Yeah.
Because, that actually having somebody in the side chat of that faith and that religion actually helps keep your channel going as long as they agree with what you're saying and you're not belittling it, which is apparently what YouTube thought I was trying to do, which I'm not. They have their belief system, which there are parts of Islam and Christianity and Judaism that actually align with each other, but there's a lot that doesn't.
Sorry about that, folks. I was just coughing my head off.
Yeah,
I'm just
catching
trying
on
to
the
catch up on chat here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't freeze.
Like I said, folks, besides the God, that hurts. Abrahamic religions, I'm Buddhist, or Shinto Buddhist, or cannibal. I can't remember. My family is half whatchamacallit, what my grandfather said. Horseback drunken Koreans invading Japan way back when we were using bronze on turtle boats. And Japan was uh, a homogenized race of Chinese, Koreans, Mongolians. Everybody came to Japan in a certain century. So we had Buddhism, Shintoism, animalism, Inuism, and I think some of my relatives ate people too. So I'm not too sure about that.
Hey, Dave, you want to hear something funny?
See,
After what 8 months of not getting notifications, guess who's sending me a boatload of notifications on time today?
yeah, it's why I told everybody you need to clean out your actual watch history every now and again. Because unfortunately, after I clean mine out, I get this, and there was the other one from them. Somewhere down in here, Pulaski's running her mouth. There it is, right there. You know, I wasn't getting that, and all of a sudden I am. Oh, look at their approval ratings. 7%, 6%. Let's get the numbers there. Yeah. Gee, you think anybody likes hearing them talk?
Nope.
So, these are just some of the channels that I have to try and keep up with just so I can keep my sanity going. And, well, as you can see, I've been slipping today.
Yep.
I was actually doing more research for more news and places you shouldn't go. And I'm not going to tell you where I go because if you go there, you might not get back out.
You might be stuck there and not get out like Alice was able to get out of that place.
Yeah. Why do you think my computer's multi-boot? But if you haven't ever checked out A American, he's pretty decent, pretty level head on his shoulders, at least from what I've noticed so far. And he has pretty much the same fear as all of us do. SHGF is on the way.
Yep.
Because I'll probably get the spinning circle of doo-doo again. What he said at the beginning before he got elected, and he's flip-flopped a total of 13 times on. She has, on similar statements, flip-flopped at least 7 times that I'm aware of about, face diapers and not needing them, and now you need them, and then now you don't, and now you need them, and now you don't. And we don't know if you need them, but we're going to follow the CDC and the WHO. And who? That's a music
that Chinese organization, Dave.
No, the Who.
Not the band.
That's a rock band. We're going to listen to a rock band?
No,
Because
that's
pretty
not
much
the rock band. That's
It's the same
the
malarkey that
Chinese
came out of their mouth is
organization,
coming out
the
of her
Who.
mouth. Okay.
like Wang Hu, Old Hu, Who.
If you want a good laugh, you can watch this, but you'll probably come up a few IQ shorter after watching it.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm glad you watched WD News.
Just trying to. Yeah, I said doo-doo. That's all the further we'll go with that comment, young lady.
Yeah.
Dave,
Si, senor.
you were talking about Maccabee
Speed.
Maccabee Speed.
Yep.
I'm looking at the one here. He was shooting a Zeus 72 cal air rifle.
Yes, sir.
That thing kicked like a 50 cal.
Yes, sir.
Dang, I'm looking at it right now. It's
Mind you, that bench rest that it's sitting in is bolted to the ground.
Yeah.
Okay, that shouldn't have moved, and it moved.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's you can tell the swivel on it where it swivels is a little loose.
Mm-hmm. And it was
Still.
tight. Trust me.
Dang.
But from the back room of the beautifully absent color building on a certain street named after a state in another district of the name of another country, if y'all catch my geographic meaning here, Backroom talk is when Pulaski said they're not taking anything off the table. Little Miss Peppermint Patty, as she's being referred to by some people. And I'm not saying that derogatorily. I'm just, she kind of looks that way, I guess. I don't pay attention to that.
Mac's here.
Hey, Mac, how you doing? They're just talking about you, buddy.
Yep.
Yeah, I just subbed to you, and I was watching that one where you're shooting the Zeus 72 caliber. Woo!
But yeah, she stated that they're not taking anything off the table. That's referring to a similar position that Australia has taken, that certain countries in the EU are taking, that China has taken.
Well, you know why? Because nobody wants to take the Sinobacks, and they were chasing people with meat cleavers.
Anyway,
I saw that on NHK
remember at the
News.
beginning of the year, I was on Gil's live stream, and I warned you guys we were in for a third wave. Everybody said, no, we're not. I said in a possible third lockdown. And a lot of people, not just you guys, which is understandable. I mean, nobody wants to hear it. Nobody does. Not myself, anybody else here.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to hear about a third lockdown. Well, I was right about the third wave. Guess what? If they don't get the Lambda variant under control pretty darn soon, well, it'll be a fourth wave too.
Yeah.
Right now,
or it may just come. It may come right on top of, in the middle of the Delta wave hitting us.
Could be
well,
both
it's going to
ways,
ride the coattails. There will, if they do not get it under control in Peru, which is where it's at the moment. If it leaves Peru, it's going to ride the coattails of Delta saying, "Yeah, Betty," and not in a very pleasant way.
Right. Yeah. I won't say it because it's crude and rude, but Cleveland.
Cleveland, yes.
Like I said, folks, Dave's been right, and I'm 100% back with Dave.
You know what? I'm going to say it this way. I would rather be wrong and have you all sit there and go, ha ha, SOP, you were wrong. And I'll sit here and say, I'm glad. But I haven't been yet.
Yeah.
Okay. Does that mean I'm super smart or super intelligent? No, I just pay attention probably a lot more places than I should. I hear a lot more information than 90% of you will ever get. I have friends in very low places. Hold on. Let me check on one real quick. Yep, he's still down there. Don't worry. Anyway, no, I don't mean that person with red fork tail. No.
P2E stopped by. Hi, P2E.
Hey, P2E. And for the Maccabee Speed team or group, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. I support our boys in red and blue. I have far too many friends that have been involved in both. There are places that are talking about what's happening in the back room of, like I said, the house absent of color. They're talking about probably mid-October, if they can't get a handle on the whole, if you get my meaning there, going full on Australia. And they're trying to make it, because right now it is illegal against the law to force people to take it's illegal. It violates your human rights to be forced into it.
47 states, you can't do it.
But they're trying to pass, they're going to draw up an executive order, which will suddenly manage to get bipartisan support, amazingly, thanks, Rhinos, to mandate it. Well, until they change the Constitution, which they've been trying to do since Obama, if you all don't think I'm telling the truth, go back and look at his record. And numerous times, him and the people in his administration said, it's outdated, we need to replace it. They tried.
Okay.
But, okay, I'm not sure where she's going with that one.
I have no idea.
My brain's in a different train at the moment.
Dave, have you covered the eviction notices?
No,
Not going to do
because
it?
you know what? There is absolutely nothing any one of us can do. You can call your congressmen and senators, and they are going to tell you, we don't care. And they might actually use those very words.
Yeah.
Because what they're going to do, I'm probably going to get the spinning circle of doo-doo here. What Hillary Clinton called most of us. We are in the flyover states. We're people that don't matter. Okay. Her words,
We're
not mine.
Smurfs.
Their party's comments, not mine. And those people don't matter. Those are the people that are getting the eviction notices. Well, hey, some of the people got as much as $5,000 in the last year. Maybe y'all should have paid your rent instead of buying drugs and alcohol.
Big screen TVs.
So, yeah, that's the way I feel, Josh. I matter. Matter of fact, everybody in this chat matters to me. I pray for each and every one of you every single night.
You're not a Smurf.
You are part of my family.
You're not a number. You will not be folded, bent, digitalized, sorted.
You know what? I'm going to take a quote right out of the Bible. I will not conform.
Mhm.
It's in the Bible, folks.
Yeah. Hey, Dave.
Yes, sir.
Something I've been noticing here, I noticed a couple days, I really just haven't brought it up too much to people. So Delta is supposedly the fourth variant because
That is
going.
what they've labeled it as. When you and I first started covering it, we were up to 6 by mid-March.
Yeah.
Right.
No, by mid-May. We'd counted the variants up to then, and we were at 6 by May.
Okay. So Lambda is in there, and Lambda is 11. Well, also we went from variant 4 to variant 11 in a couple weeks.
No, actually, I had missed that one backwards because I was diving into some other deeper things. But for those who, well, y'all should see it, but just in case in the replay somebody watching, they don't get to see it. AOC,
No, that's a joke.
Everybody's favorite person from the Bronx, flipping a basic income, which that 5.5 trillion they're having a hard time getting into, but they're trying to do a basic $1,200 a month to everybody. Can I tell y'all some truth? Here's some truth. Guess what? You can't live on it. You can't.
Yeah.
I get $1,300 a month and I'm squeaking by. Okay. That's having to buy food, pay rent, pay for your internet. And here shortly, I might not even be able to afford that no more. I don't know. Because the way things are going, it's going. You can't live on $1,200 a month. But you know why they're giving it? Because they want them votes. Mm-hmm. It's a proven historical fact that when you give people something for free, they'll say, yes, master. I'll do what you say, master. Don't believe me? Look at Rome. Yep. Why do you think Rome got all the people that always vote for those people in their Senate? Well, here's a basic stipend. We'll hand it to you every month.
Here's some slaves.
Send your firstborn son into conscription, into military service, and you will receive benefits for him being there. You don't have to do anything. Oh, you're selling something? Fine, no problem. Just pay a minimal tax.
Yeah.
You'll still receive your stipend.
I have to answer Mouse Toe's question. Mouse Toes, 4 of those donations came from a country between Mongolia and Japan. And they kind of look like me.
Well, that's the problem there, Josh. Catching up on Josh there. Yeah, there ain't no money. There isn't. There really isn't. America is literally broke.
It is.
America can't fight its own wars. They got to go, excuse me, a foreign company. You live in another country, and we would like to borrow from you. Oh, here's some of our country's assets for you. And take those as collateral, and all the while they're back going, yeah, that country's screwed. Excuse my French. We're going to take this money and run with it.
What Dave's talking about is the country between Mongolia and Japan, the honey trap. We'll give you money. Don't worry. We
As
finance.
the old saying goes, there's nothing to see here, folks. Please move along.
Right. And then all of a sudden, we're worried. We send our security over to your country. We send our troops over to your country. We send advisors over to your country. We send our people over to your country. Leave.
Okay,
Like
and
one
just
country they did.
kind of step on that little, well, not step on that point, but step beside his point. Y'all have heard about the problem they're having down in Cuba right now, right? The riots. People are in an uproar over the fact that they can't even meet basic living needs down there because the government's got things so messed up. It's not fear porn, it's actual facts that our mainstream media even reports correctly for some unknown reason. Oh, wait, because it fits their narrative.
Mm-hmm.
How does it fit their narrative? Oh, this evil government. And oh, now they're pulling in military personnel from other countries, China, to train their people. It's a fact. The CCP has sent their top military people to Cuba to train their elite police force to crack down on protesters. It's actually been in the news. I'm not making this up. It's fact.
Yeah.
Sorry, YouTube. It's fact. And Facebook, you too.
Yeah. And
Stay
also,
out of my
folks,
business.
Dave's right. Here's my question for you, folks. How many Chinese in Cuba?
Too many.
Okay,
There's
well,
5 Cubans and how many Chinese?
right now it's a very small percentage, but that will change. Let me catch up on chat here right now.
Yeah, like Venezuela. How many Chinese in Venezuela? Nicaragua?
The Philippines.
Yeah. And they're like Bob said, they're still having current war. It's a 15-sided war. Only thing good came out of it. Taiwan, Israel, and Japan joined forces.
All right.
So you got the power of Israel, Taiwan, and Japan.
I'm going to bring up another point here. It's something I mentioned to Al before we got started, and to Gil too. Y'all looking at all this great infrastructure that they're 5.5 trillion is what they're trying to really push. They got 1 point some trillion pushed. They're trying to get another 3 point something pushed through. So it'll be a $5.5 trillion or whatever it is number they're trying to push through. Hey, Urban, let's say they managed to push that through. Let's say, for the sake of argument here, the U.S. doesn't fall completely to pieces and collapse in upon itself and turn into utter chaos in the next 7.5 years. If anybody ever paid attention back in the 70s and 80s in their social studies classes on how our government actually works, not this convoluted BS that they're pushing in school nowadays. And agreed backwoods. It takes 8 years from the minute the government says, paid, do this. By the time it bounces down the staircase, it takes 8 years to get down, literally 8 years to get down to us. Now, some people are not going to be very happy with what I'm fixing to tell you, but here's the facts. When Obama took office, he did that whole bailout program, throw buckets of money at all these corporations. Chrysler sending all their 15 executives overseas to some $15 million banquet. Cost them $15 million for a banquet. There's where your tax money went. But anyway, I digress. By the time they get done with all that corporate junk and the money started actually rolling downhill to us normal people, it took 8 years to hit us. That's why the economy was actually starting to rebound when Trump took office. Now, Trump's policies and other things actually helped it rise up. That's why it rocketed the way it did, because his policies actually helped the rebound that we were receiving come up into more prosperity. Now, if Uncle Joe here pushes his through and we don't fall apart in the next 7.5 years, you'll see it actually affect us down here at the bottom. Us meaning, the flyover people. Corporations will see it within 6 months.
Oh, yeah. because everybody didn't believe Uncle
Millionaires
Al's
will see it
Greater
in about 9
Depression.
months. We won't see it for 8 years. Okay, and if you don't believe what I'm telling you, go actually look at the history records. Watch when one president does, watch how long it takes to get down to you. It takes 8 years. It's a proven fact. It's been that way since they first started the whole taxes thing. Back, who was that? Johnson? No, it wasn't Johnson, was it?
No,
Roosevelt?
Roosevelt.
Whoever started the tax thing and IRS
Income
and all
tax?
that junk.
That was the Roosevelt era.
Okay. Yeah, I knew it was one of those two, but
Johnson did the other kind of tax. I can't remember.
I don't remember either. It's too many things rolling around in this brain anymore.
Yeah.
But y'all need to, I don't know.
Okay, I got to cut
Hey,
out.
Dave,
Yeah.
the only time it speeds up less than 8 years is when they dump a boatload of money into some raise the debt ceiling and do a whole bunch of stuff, and then immediately raise the tax rate.
Right. And Mystic 220 or Mystic multiple twos. I just haven't had a chance to find my calipers yet because I need to measure the depth of the inside of the. Hold on. Bit of show and tell for y'all. I may have to make myself big, so watch y'all's eyes now. I have to. There's a little lip in here, inside this, that it actually rides up against. So I'd have to measure that lip to make sure the seal was proper. I haven't been able to find my calipers yet to find it. So as soon as I can find that, I will get a hold of you. But that's for that. And that's for something special some other time. I seen it backwards. I got it. Thank you. But if y'all ain't been paying attention to world events, not telling you to subscribe to him, although it wouldn't hurt you none. Go check out The Watchman. He does a good job of listing current events in a biblical perspective, if that's your inclination. If it's not, that's cool. No sweat. Excuse me. Is there anybody else? The Watchman with Eric Stakelbeck. He does it from an Israeli point of view as far as events over there. And then again, Amir Sarfati from Behold Israel. I don't think I got any of his up here right now. I don't remember where that came from. Somebody changed their name. So that one will be gone soon. TV7 Israeli News is also another good one to watch. Again, folks, I'm trying to get you all to pay attention to an area of the world that you might not have been paying attention to in the past. Because it is what's important. Remember, I can't think today. Israel is the apple of God's eye. Not America, not Canada, not Great Britain or Australia or South America. It's Israel. The Bible rotates right around that little teeny New Jersey sized state or country. Thank you, Kathy. And his name is Amir Sarfati. So if you want to pay attention to what's going on and how things are stacking up, how close we are to the actual Gog-Magog war, which we're not there. We're getting close. You really need to go pay attention to that stuff. Bless you. My son's sneezing. Yay. No, it's not that. It's just allergies. We live right next to a gravel pit. So, if you want your daily dose of laughs and misery, go watch those two. I don't recommend it. You'll come back with less IQ. As you know, Gil and I have been watching DW News and China in Focus since all this first started. it helps keep an eye of actual information that's coming out of the Red Dragon's hometown. DW News is a German publication that actually helps cover world events. Obviously, China in Focus worries about China.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to stay abreast, because I'm going to be canceling Friday nights for now. I'm burning myself out trying to get the truth, try to sift through all the malarkey that's out there, and I'm just burned out. So you want to stay abreast of the news, there you go. There's where you go looking. So for now, Friday nights are done. I need more rest, and I'm not getting it trying to get the truth and put it in a manner that's easy to understand, easy to take in, and you know that I'm just giving you yeah, exactly. Stay away from our Fugel. I watch that once in a blue moon for a laugh at all the fear porn that they push. Excuse my language. That word is probably not appropriate, but it's what it is. If the kettle is black, call it black. So go pay attention to some of these channels. Give me a small break. Yeah, South China Morning Post is another one. So go, please, because there may come a time when this platform is not going to be available to any of us. Am I speaking about a future event? Yes. Do I know something y'all don't know? Maybe. But channels like ours, and that includes all of you in here in the side chat, are going to start getting, oh, I'm sorry, you don't agree with and you don't agree with the face diapers? I'm sorry, you just can't be here no more. That's the way it's coming. There are some channels that are starting to see it already. It's small, little bit by little bit. Cancel culture is creeping up bigger and bigger. This isn't something to scare y'all. Y'all know it's coming. We've talked about it for over the last year. We've seen it when 45 was removed from office. We've seen it spike really big for a minute there. They had to go back in because people were calling him back out or calling him out. They had to go hide for a minute. It's starting to creep back out again. I'm not going to go set up something on Rumble or BitChute or none of that. I've put too much time here. And if they kill my channel, I'm not starting over. I mean, you can see, up to 1175. Yes, sir.
I'm going to slide out so I can go get mine up and running, get everything set up for my live following here.
Okay.
All right. So, all right, I'll be back in a minute. I'm going to throw the link here in the side chat here while I'm getting stuff set up.
Okay. But I lost over 1,500 hours in the last week. Some of my videos have went bye-bye. So I really don't care. A couple of those videos, I really didn't care if they were on there or not because other people were making money off of them. I wasn't too hip on that. They were showing advertisements on it for the company that the company was making money off. So they got double dipped. But, I'm not going to try and rebuild this. And when it comes to emails, if you want safe, secure, encrypted emails, I'm not paying for Discord anymore. Nobody hardly ever uses it. That's an expense that that actually takes a little something away from me every month. I'm not closing it, but I'm not going to pay for it anymore. So I don't know if the stuff that I've posted will stay there. If it does, great. If it doesn't, but I also know that you're not going to be able to post very big files now, because that's one of the things I was paying for, so people could post 100 megabyte files if they want that. Now that's not going to be able to happen. They're small. But when it comes back to mail, I'm going to highly recommend you set up a Proton Mail account. Now, I will post it in the Discord server, my Proton email account. I suggest everybody set one up. It's encrypted on your end, and it's encrypted in such a way that the only person that can read it is at the other end you send it to. Okay, it is highly safe. So if you want to have email service that Yahoo and Google and Tommy's little red starred shorts can't read, Proton Mail is your best bet. I know there's at least 2 other people in here that use it. Mystic uses it. I know Backwood uses it. Yes, if I remember correctly, you're right. So if you want to keep your emails safe, you want to be able to keep in touch with people, set up a Proton email account. I will post mine on Discord later on, and that way you can get a hold of me there. Because as of tonight, I will no longer be accessing my YouTube email account or my Yahoo mail account for any pertinent information. Awesome there, Urban. And, I'm not just saying that for my own benefit. Like I said, Backwood, I know he uses it. I've communicated him with once or twice through it when we were both part of the same group. I know Miss Nina, Discover Sustainable, also uses it. I don't know if Mouse ever used it, but it is used. Yes, Mystic is correct. Both parties need to be on Proton. And it's free. Now, there is a paid part to it, and that's really awesome to get if you can afford it. It's out of my budget right now. That's why a lot of things are going to be cut off to the side. This will also be my last live stream where I'm able to post all kinds of cool stuff and do it to dual channels, because I'm no longer going to be paying an expensive amount to multi-stream. When I do a stream, it's going to be just to YouTube. So, sorry, Facebook folks. If y'all want to watch, y'all are going to have to start coming over here to YouTube. Sorry. But I'm going to go ahead and cut her here. And I will post here momentarily my Proton Mail over in Discord, so you guys can get a hold of me there via Proton Mail. If it is important, if I think, plus that way, if I find some information that is extremely important, I can copy and paste it to everybody in one shot, and it's secure. Kind of like the video I posted the other day of special news. I can do a small short video on it, and I can, ship it out that way, and you ain't got to worry about nobody knowing it. Yeah, that's one of the things I like about the paid is the VPN. So if you're really worried about it, you can go virtual private network, and you'll really be safer. It can still be hacked, but it takes a lot more effort and a lot more technology for people to hack your virtual private network than it does for them to get into your standard Google account. It actually doesn't take much at all to get into Google accounts. Not really. So I'm going to go ahead and shut her down here. Give you all a few minutes to go ahead and get ready and get yourself set up for Gil's live stream. And I will see you all there. Be safe and God bless.